KwaZulu Natal police say they've arrested a 25-year-old UKZN student for the alleged murder of a fellow student. The victim went missing on Thursday. Our reporter Dasen Thathiah is on the scene at the university's Westville Campus in Durban. Dasen, it's early days, but what do we know about the victim?
Well, Mike, for now we know that he has been identified as Samkelo Zondi, and he was a student here at the UKZN Westville Campus. We have reached out to the university to try to get more details, to find out what he was studying, what year he was in, but they haven't responded to us yet. So, Mike, I just want to give you a sense of where I'm standing now, and it's a few meters away from where that body was found. But if you look further up this road, you can see it's some distance away from the main buildings of the university. So as we understand it, that suspect was arrested during the early hours of this morning. The victim here, Zondi, went missing at some point during Thursday. So I have police with me here. Crime scene investigators are still on the scene, and Brigadier Dasen Thathiah joins me now just to give me more details. Jay, I know that we see investigators working here, but just perhaps explain to me how this suspect came to be arrested. I understand that he was caught as he was coming out of these bushes.
That's correct. In the early hours of this morning, around 1 o'clock, the security personnel noticed smoke emerging from these bushes, and when they investigated, they saw the suspect emerging from the bushes. He was questioned by them. They contacted police. He was placed under arrest, and upon further investigation, the body was found. I wouldn't say very deep, but deep inside these bushes.
Any idea what could have led up to this? Well, I know that you did say the victim was missing. What were the circumstances around that?
The victim was reported missing to Westville police on Thursday afternoon by his girlfriend, who became concerned when she could not locate him. And since then, there has been many attempts by the family, friends and colleagues, as well as police, to try to locate him in the premises. And we suspect that's probably what spooked the suspect to do what he did this morning. What crime scene investigators found this morning was quite horrific. You know, he had sustained multiple or quite serious burn wounds on his body, and the body has been removed to hospital for the pathologist to give us more details in terms of what occurred. So a lot of forensic work was done since 1 o'clock this morning till about 5 o'clock this morning on the crime scene. And we have yet to approach the suspect for a formal confession and a pointing out to be done.
Jay, staying with that crime scene, tell me, does it appear that he had brought the body here, that the victim had been killed already and that he'd brought the body here and then set the body alight? Or what exactly was going on in these bushes over the hours from last night until this morning?
Yeah, I don't think he would have killed him and brought the body here, because obviously it's very far and he wouldn't have been able to carry the body without being noticed. So our suspicions at this stage is that he may have lured the victim to this area and probably killed him and disposed of the body in these bushes.
Jay, we are told that the victim and the suspect did share some kind of relationship. In fact, they were friends. Is there any truth to that, and what was the extent of their relationship?
Well, that's what we hear from colleagues, that they were friends and they played soccer together and they were quite close, in fact. So it still baffles us why he would turn against, the suspect would turn against his friends. But I'm sure the investigation will uncover the real truth behind what really happened.
And then lastly, the suspect, I imagine, will be in court on Monday?
Yes, detectives are, as I say, still processing the scene, and we are hoping to place the suspect before court either on Monday or Tuesday.
Thank you very much. Mike, that's Brigadier Dasen Thathiah just sharing with me some of the details that they have been able to establish. You'd understand that it is quite fresh. This happened just during the early hours of this morning, but one hopes that more details will emerge when the suspect does appear in court.